Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds from 2006. The War of the Worlds is back in rock opera form. Theme song.
Cartoons Reviews! Cartoons Reviews!
If you want to watch Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds, check the link in the description. That's a mouthful. So this is a concert movie of a live performance of the rock opera that came out in 1978. And I first heard this album 3 or 4 years ago and listened to it, and I really enjoyed it. So getting to see it performed, it's a performance from like 2005 or something. It was kind of fun to see that. If you haven't heard of the album, you haven't heard it, it's definitely worth a listen, especially the first half. I think that's the strongest. It's, it came out in 78, so there are some definite like parts where he tries to put some disco in. There's also, apparently this dude from Wikipedia, he's mainly a jingle writer, and he's kind of kept coming back to this over the years, and there's like War of the Worlds, the new generation, where he kind of tweaked it and, reorchestrated some of it and had some new voices. But I like the original one because of it is that kind of cheesiness. Like I said, the first half is the strongest, and it's pretty catchy. Since I watched this other day, I definitely found myself humming bits from it. As a movie, well, it's not all that interesting because it is a concert movie, and because it's sort of a big orchestral style group with, and they do have guitars and bass and keyboards. And there's not a lot of moving around. There's a screen behind them that they show that's projecting kind of like scenes from the storyline. And I thought those were pretty decent from being from the early 2000s. And when the songs have lyrics, they do have the singers come out. And it is fun to see them. They're wearing a costume. So this is set back when the book came out, and so to kind of see that is interesting. I will say that I'm kind of torn because the original narration was by Richard Burton, and instead of having somebody new do the narration, do it live, they chose to do a pre-recording of it, the original Richard Burton recording, and they did this kind of weird head thing, which is kind of weird, but there's nothing wrong with that. Jeff Wayne conducts it, and I think it's kind of funny because it is like almost 2 hours long, and so I can imagine that his arms were kind of tired at the end. He's not really like a conductor, then I don't think. So it does follow the book, so it's probably the most true to the book in that way. It's set during the original time period. I mean, it combines a couple of the characters, but it has things like, even the first time I heard it, there's a part where they talk about Thunderchild. And I didn't remember that was the name of a boat in the book. And I thought that was just weird. I still like to know why H.G. Wells just chose that name. It sounds just kind of an odd name. But if you haven't heard the album, this is worth a watch. If you like the album, this is also worth a watch. I would say feel free to fast forward through songs you don't like. If you do kind of like the bombasticness of it, of that kind of thing. I'm not a big rock opera person, but I definitely did like this. So I just wanted to make you all aware of it. I'm giving Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds 3 thumbs up. It has some disco. It isn't super subtle, but it is still fun.